Welcome to Healthier, Happier Hour. We are doing a fun summer series, and we're so glad you're back for this mini episode. It packs a punch, though, so we're hoping you apply it. Again, if you're new around here, this voice right here, this is Kiersten. And Carli, what's up, girl?
Hey, I'm Carli. I'm so pumped that y'all are here, and we are here, Healthier, Happier Hour, to help you feel better, connect in your relationships, and right now, enjoy your summer. So I'm excited to dig in today, especially because, as you know, we've been talking about relationships. And if you missed our last episode, make sure you go back and check it out. We talked all about romantic relationships, your significant other. It was great. Today, we're going to focus in on some other relationships. But all summer long, we really are hoping and aiming for you to find meaning and enjoyment and just fun in your relationships, whatever those are. They're all special and unique. Sometimes they're hard, yes, but they're wonderful. And we want to be here to support you in them. So that's where we're going today. And we're going to keep it short and sweet, simple and straight to the point because we are busy people this summer. So we're going to dive right in. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Let's go.
We were like dance partying a little bit before, and I just saw you do a little more like dance move. Like I was getting like club feels, like
I love it.
That's what your dance move is giving off. Okay. Well, we're not in the club today. We're not, unless it's like a Little Tykes Club or something like that. However, we are going to spend some time talking about what are the ways that we can engage and connect in our relationships with our little people, aka our kids.
Okay.
Yes, the Little Tykes Club. Kiersten and I both have kids, and many of y'all have kids, whether they're young like ours, they're somewhere in the middle, they're older, maybe you have adult children. We know no matter what age they are, they're important relationships, right? Like,
yeah,
they're such a gift. They're wonderful. And if they're at home with you for the summer, everything is totally different right now than the rest of the school year, most likely.
Yeah.
Even if you're still working full time and your kids are at home, their schedules are different. Their life is different. Your schedule is different. Even with all the things you've got going on, if you're still working, if you're at home, you're bouncing around between a million different activities that are fun, right? Like I know lots of moms who are baseball moms running around between like all the baseball fields, or your kids doing swim team. You know, you're running out late to swim meets and different things like that. You're at the neighborhood pool, you're doing a barbecue, you're running around like crazy, having so much fun. And it's the best seeing your kids have fun over the summer, I think.
Oh yeah.
My kids are younger. They're only 3 and 5. And so I'm just now getting to see them like develop some little friendships of their own and like getting to see them have fun. But one thing that I think has been really important, and I've noticed this coming up as my daughter, who's 5, has started asking for this more. And I thought, okay, this is important. We got to talk about it. She's been asking since she started school more routinely for like one-on-one time. She's been asking for, when can we do mommy-daughter time? When can we do daddy-daughter time? When can we do da-da-da-da? And so I thought, you know what, this is perfect because the summer's a little bit different. Even if our schedule is still jam-packed, there's definitely ways for us to make an intentional effort with our kids. I think we should do this all the time, but especially right now, to just engage with them, to be with them, to play with them in unique and fun ways that they want, that they're asking for many times. And if they're not, you can still step in as the mom or the dad and join in with them in the fun and connect with them on their level in their world and be there with them. And so I want to just challenge you to just right now, like pause wherever you are. Think about your kiddos because everybody's family is different. Everybody's kids are different. Everybody's situation is totally different. Okay, so just pause wherever you are. I want you to bring your kids to your mind. Bring your family to your mind. If you want to close your eyes, go ahead. You don't have to, but just bring them to mind. What immediately pops into your head when you visualize or think about your children? What do they love to do? If they could do anything in the world with you, what would they want to do? What is it? Honestly, it's probably not some big extravagant thing. It's probably something that doesn't take a ton of effort or a ton of time. It does maybe take some planning, but it's probably something small to you, but to them is really big and meaningful. So, to give you an example, my daughter is obsessed with the pool. She can't swim yet. She's been asking probably since February to go to the pool.
Ha!
I'm not kidding. And there's one in our neighborhood. So every day we drive past, we're like, the pool's not open, the pool's not open, the pool's not open. Well, the pool is now open.
Woo!
So yeah, we've been talking about, and I said to her, okay, what are some things that you want to do with mom this summer? What are some things you want to do with dad this summer? Immediately go to the pool.
Yeah.
I want to go to the pool with you, mom. I'm going to go to the pool with dad. I want to, she's also said, Mom, I really want you to paint my nails.
Yeah.
We paint our nails every once in a while. I really want to have a water gun fight. I really want you to help me finish learning to ride my bike without my training wheels. I really want, and she started listing off these different things. And so I think for our kids, for us, it could be something as simple as posing this question to them, right? You know what your kids love. They know what they love. Thinking about, how do we want to connect? How do I want to spend as my mom this time, this special time in the summer with them, being in their world, being on their level, being intentional with them? How can I create that for them? How can I foster that? Because it's an important relationship and they're in such sweet years, right? And every season of life, it's going to look a little bit different. Next summer is going to be different. But this summer, right now, what can I do? What can we do? And so for each kid, even that's going to be different. Like my son doesn't really love the pool. He's going to say something totally different. He's going to say, WrestleMania, which is basically just tackling each other out in the backyard and then soaking each other with the hose.
That was amazing.
That's what he wants to do. Let's be honest.
I love the voice you used too.
Yes.
That's perfect.
That is him to a T, right? So it doesn't have to be this big extravagant thing. And so to make this really, just applicable, I think for us, if you listen to our last episode, there was a word, Kiersten, I'm going to call you out right here. Do you remember what the word was?
Yeah, I said I'm going to be a student in these connecting your relationships. I wrote it down. Balance.
Balance. Yes. Yeah. Because in every relationship that is meaningful to us, that's what we've got to try to bring to the table, right? So we can look for ways to connect in super simple, small ways. That could be with my daughter, for example, spending, a little bit of time every day in the summer, just she and I outside working on riding her bike without the training wheels. Yeah. That could be with my son outside, letting him spray me with the hose, even though I really do not want to get all wet. Right? Like that could be us sitting together outside doing chalk, doing popsicles, whatever it is. But it can also be bigger, more exciting things too that we plan and we prepare for. It can be a balance of both things, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to always be these huge events, but we can also give our kids a little bit of an opportunity to answer too. Like, hey, what do you want to do? Yeah. What's important to you? What would make you feel really special? What would you love to do with mom and dad? Right? If you're somebody who has a little bit more flexibility in your schedule in the summer, taking one of your kids out to breakfast once a week, letting them stay up late and going on a walk with you, doing like a walk and talk situation where they know, okay, this day every week, like I get to have special time, just me and mom going on a walk.
Yeah.
Anything. And so again, bring your kids to mind just real quick. I know I asked you to do this a few minutes ago. Bring them to mind again. You've had tons of different examples given. What do you want your relationship to be with them? How do you want to connect with them? How can you make that happen? I want to challenge you to do two things. Number one, I want to challenge you to ask them, what do you want to do this summer with mom? What do you want to do this summer with dad? And then number two, I want you to make a plan. I want you to plan intentional time, even if it's 10 minutes, every day with each kid. or once a week, you have an hour block of time that is devoted just to that specific child, that you are pouring into them and giving them like uninterrupted space to be with you, is going to change their summer. It's going to change your summer. It's going to be wonderful. So
It's awesome.
I'm going to pause there. Kirsten, I see like these big smiles that just keep
Yeah.
like illuminating on your face. So I want to know, like, what are your thoughts? Where's your mind going?
Okay. Well, first of all, early on, but I was like, okay, I didn't want to like interject, but if you're listening, I want you to know that this can be applied to a niece, nephew, a friend's
Hmm.
kid that's in your circle, right? In your village. Just the other night, I thought it was so sweet. And we don't know what we have never seen, or we can't imagine things uh oftentimes that we've never seen played out,
Hmm.
right? In some way, or at least thought it through, right? And so oftentimes we just don't think of these things. And so yesterday we were hanging out with friends and they said, "Oh, you know, my sister-in-law is coming to pick up one of their kids." I was like, "Oh, wow." Like I expected it be some like crazy reason. No, it was just like they were taking that one of their kids for like a special time that they would enjoy. So we can apply this to any kid that is special in our life and know that they're watching us, right? And another thing, I don't know if this comes out up for anyone else besides me, but um know that you need to be whole and good. Don't force yourself to be someone you're not, or you because you think that that's what your kid needs. It's not. It's not. Like, make sure, like, whatever you pictured, make sure that is your version of a healthier, happier self
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
And I think that is like a really, really important thing. And then the last thing I love that you said, ask them. And one thing that's working out, knock on wood, really well lately is, your kids are always going to be like asking for things, wanting things at different times. And sometimes in my head, I don't say this out loud, but I'm like, this is not the time for obsessing about this toy you want or this thing you want to do. Right.
Mhm.
But when I think of myself, things, dreams, and desires pop up anytime. And so,
Yeah.
and I think this came about because of their like Santa Claus list. Right. And so I'm trying to like teach them to be thoughtful and kind with the way they write their letter, not like ordering Santa around, right? And, but also this wish list. And so just the other day, Addison said, "This is my wish list when it comes to," and then she wrote it down. And I
Yeah.
thought, wow, that's really great. And so we could do a wish list in our family.
Yeah.
And I always educate my kids that doesn't mean you get everything you wish for.
No.
Sometimes it takes work, sometimes it doesn't work out right now. Sometimes it's not for you, right?
Mhm.
It might be for you, but it's not for you. And so, what's your summer wish list
Yeah.
with each of your important kid relationships? Have them write it out, have you write it out, and then you know, sometimes you can't unhear it, right? So all of a sudden, at least my brain goes to work and like, how can we? It's so fun to grant wishes, right?
Yeah.
When we can. So our brain kind of goes to work with figuring out of how that might happen in our summer. So I'm
Mhm.
inspired. I'm pumped to put this into practice this week. And if you are pumped to put this into practice this week, let's hear it. You can connect with us and become part of our community at healthierhappierhour.com. We have different levels of being in community with us. This is free. This podcast is free. So, yes, you can be a part of that community. You can be a part of the community that gets invites to our happy hours we do every once in a while. And then, but if you want more investment, more actual results in your life when it comes to connecting your relationships, enjoying your life, feeling better and healthier, then I challenge you to make it work to up your investment. And we have options for that as well. But just right now, we're just thankful you're here, and let's keep on taking the next step together and trust that you're here for a reason. I know I do believe that, and I'm so thankful you're here.
That's right. Well, let's do it. Can't wait to hear how it's going. Take a picture, tag us on Instagram, show us your summer wish list with your kids, and we'll be cheering for you.
I love it. Cheering for you. Ooh, I just won't knock my drink over. Oh my goodness.